Hello and a very warm welcome to CNN News 18 presents Pearls of South. After our journey through the rich history of C. Krishniah Chetty in the previous episode, we now shift our focus to their innovative 1922 collection, their limited edition and bespoke offerings. We will also get insights into their design process, where tradition is blended with cutting-edge innovation and the unique inspiration behind the collection and future of jewelry design. C. Krishniah Chetty Group's legacy is a testament to the seamless union of heritage and innovation. From crafting royal treasures to reimagining tradition for modern connoisseurs, the journey continues with their extraordinary collections. The 1922 collection, titled The Return of the Pharaoh, is a tribute to the grandeur of Egyptian art reimagined through Indian craftsmanship. Blending cultural richness with modern sensibilities, it stands as a stunning example of the Chetty Group's mastery in recreating history for a contemporary audience. Joining me now, the two remarkable leaders, Vinod Haigrev, Managing Director, and Chaitanya V. Kota, Executive Director at C. Krishniah Chetty. Welcome, gentlemen, once again. And now we are talking about very, very special collections of yours. 1922, how did that come about? What is the story behind it? And how challenging was it to recreate an era?
We've got about 50 different collections, from what we call eclectic to the classic, to the signature collections and limited editions. 1922, The Return of the Pharaoh, is one such current collection. It's international, yet Indian.
Right.
So it's very useful for people who are not looking for traditional jewelry and yet not looking for typical Western straight line, but they want something culturally rich. So here is the Egyptian collection. It's culturally rich. I think you would hear more of it as we go along.
How easy or difficult was the design process? I remember the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, and I've been to Egypt, so I've seen it myself. And it is actually mind-blowing as to how they preserved everything, and their museums, the mummies, every piece has a story to tell. How was the design sort of brought in together using Indian sensibilities?
The best person to speak about it is my design head, who's going to be more versatile in explaining how much effort went into it. I think I would leave that to Megha to give you more information.
The collection was inspired by the discovery of the King Tutankhamun's tomb in 1922, which ignited a global fascination with ancient Egypt. The team brought the influence of ancient Egypt into modern jewelry by designing and drawing inspiration from the rich symbolism and motifs of Egyptian culture, such as hieroglyphs, the Eye of Horus, the Egyptian lotus, the crook, the scarab, beetle, and the ark. These elements were carefully incorporated into the designs to create a bridge between the ancient mystique and the modern luxury. So selecting the ideal gemstones, choosing the precise shade of enamel, and ensuring the authenticity and the grandeur of ancient Egypt. The challenge actually was for us to balance tradition with the modern aesthetics. So integrating the historical motifs into contemporary designs required careful consideration to maintain the authenticity while appealing to the modern consumer. So achieving this balance was a meticulous and a time-intensive process. Over 18 months, the design team engaged in relentless dedication, having a lot of extensive research to ensure that every element aligned with the historical culture and maintaining that. For this collection, we also collaborated with Egyptologist Dr. Atto, who accurately interpreted hieroglyphs, ensuring that the meaning and the combinations match with the Egyptian culture and history. So selecting the right hieroglyphs and combining them meaningfully was a very significant challenge.
What are the typical challenges when you're recreating an era, when you're recreating jewelry from that time? Of course, history has to be kept in mind. You look at so many archival properties to ascertain what should go into that design that will also appeal to a newer audience. Typically, how much time does it take and how does it pan out?
It takes time and it's knowledge. How many of our schools and colleges actually teach us Indian culture and Indian art? There are not many at all. Our CBSE or the ICSE exams don't give you that curriculum. So we have to go into deep cultural texts to understand the story behind a scenery. For example, I would like to, at one point of time, take you through how we made a tea set which was modeled after the story of Meenakshi Temple in Madurai. Now, these are things that are not very easy to cull out of our culture. There are a million stories, but you cull out what is relevant to the consumer today, what is useful for a nice life, when you're sitting in your living room, what's nice in the living room, what's the right kind of product. It's knowledge. If the knowledge, then therefore, knowledge is not easy to come by. So delve deep, interpret, design, manufacture, offer.
Chaitanya, when we talk about the digital offerings, when we talk about the advent of social media, everything has changed, the industry has changed. It is so easy for people to actually go Google or research and find out what they want or what the jewelry should look like. How difficult or easy is it to now keep up with times, especially when you are designing these heritage pieces?
So I think today a lot of people know exactly what they want.
Right.
So it makes that process a lot faster and easier. Earlier, we would not know what they want. People would not know. We'd have to have a lot of options and whatnot. And we still do, of course. But today, I think that people are a lot more well-informed. They know at least 50-60% of what they really need. And then that's where we build on it. So to be honest, it's not as difficult. I think it's getting easier.
There is a lot of blending of Indo-Western as well. And we see a lot of your very modern attires carrying very traditional jewelry. Do you also see there is a resurgence of heritage jewelry, so to say, then, and 1922 or the other two collections that we are going to be speaking to you about after the break, are they all reflecting the same sort of trend that is prevailing?
I think history tends to repeat itself. And I think that every time it repeats itself, there is a little bit of a adaptation that happens. And so I think that that's something that will keep coming and going, and we have to be quick enough to evolve.
Let's take a break here. Well, that was an inspiring look into the vision behind the 1922 collection. After the break, we will delve deeper into the creative process of bringing other signature collections to life. We will explore how C. Krishniah Chetty seamlessly blends history with cutting-edge craftsmanship, ensuring each piece is not only a work of art, but also a testament to their legacy. Stay tuned. Each piece at the C. Krishniah Chetty Group tells a story, crafted with meticulous research, deep cultural understanding and precision. Its signature collections, Anuraksha and Navagunjara, are a tribute to Bharat's spiritual heritage, reflecting the harmonious connection between nature, divinity and exceptional craftsmanship. Welcome back to CNN News 18 presents Pearls of South. In this segment, we continue our conversation with Vinod Haigrave and Chaitanya Vikota of C. Krishniah Chetty as we explore the fascinating world of design and innovation in creating signature collections. From historical inspirations to modern craftsmanship, we will learn how the team crafted these masterpieces while staying true to the brand's timeless heritage. Well, I do want to speak to you about your signature collections and also the Piecebook collection and how they are very different from your other offerings. And I'm also intrigued to know who are these people who are interested in these collections?
Collections, we do about 3 to 6 collections a year. Mm-hmm. Each of them could have as many as 50 pieces to 250 pieces. Each of them have a distinctive look and a meaning. The two collections that I would like to highlight, which are currently very hot, is what I call the Navagunjara collection. Navagunjara is something that is ancient Indian motif, very Indian. And another one is the Anuraksha collection, again very deep into culture. There's so much detail there that I think it's best that a cultural expert would speak about this, because this is going to be something that's fabulous.
The true essence of our collection lies in the traditional craftsmanship. Handmade jewelry, especially when inspired by meaningful concepts drawn from our rich history of Bharat, carries the unique charm of a human touch. Each piece tells a story, crafted with passion and skills. One example is our Anuraksha collection, which draws inspirations from the mythological creatures of India. These creatures, often avatars of goddesses, or powerful beings who protect the supreme deities, are depicted in combinations of multiple animals symbolizing immense power. This collection features striking and protective creatures such as Gandaberunda, Sharaba, Garuda, Yali, Vyala, Sheshanaga, Kamadenu, Airavata, and Uchchashva. To ensure our designs are both historically accurate and aligned with modern taste, we began with extensive research, exploring books, articles, and other resources, like taking lessons from the experts in the field to gain hands-on knowledge and understand the historical context deeply, like our Navagunjara collection. It is a mythical creature from the Mahabharata. It is a composition of 9 animals symbolizing the unity and the diversity of life, with the head of a rooster, neck of a peacock, back of a bull, waist of a lion, tail of a serpent, and the legs of an elephant, tiger, and deer, and a human arm holding a lotus. It is revealed to Arjuna by Lord Krishna. Navagunjara represents the interconnectedness of all life and teaches the importance of addressing multiple challenges faced all at once, emphasizing balance and harmony amidst complexity. It is this combination of historical authenticity and modern appeal which ensures our collections are both timeless and relevant.
I've seen some very intricate designs here today, and what really surprises me is the quality of craftsmanship has continued to not only evolve, but it has retained the essence of the heritage of the past. How do you find these people? How easy or difficult is it to find very skilled labor at these times? Of course, the designs are there. AI also helps you with designing, but the craftsmanship is something that is a tough one. So how do the teams come together?
They're not big teams. They're very small teams, but they're very dedicated. I cannot mass produce what I am doing today. Each of them are meticulous, each of them are detailed. I will need 20 people to sit down and create that and complete it. I cannot do it with 400. That's the true essence. But that 400 will create for me all the other jewelry. But these 20 people will create these, what you might call bespoke, you might call it limited edition, you might call it signature line. They are the creation of a very small core team who will create these beautiful pieces. To me, 50 years later, they're auctionable.
Chaitanya, as somebody who is also looking at tech, how does tech help evolve these lines? And where do you see the craftsmanship getting supported by the use of tech and design?
So I think the use of tech is only when we start planning. Right. I think the planning phase uses a lot more of this, whether it's from computer-aided programs or AI as well. I think that groundwork is what's becoming a lot more easier and much more faster. And then the manufacturing process will always be the same, because I think the mix of hand and machines will always be there, whether it's today or 100 years down the line. Especially doing things like what he explained, it needs hand, no matter what you do. So I think the tech part is more from the foundation part, which really helps you get things done.
Our brand seamlessly blends heritage, innovation and creativity in jewelry and accessories. We use a lot of AI to make our modern traditional jewelry, and which are inspired from AI, using a little bit of motifs from AI, but definitely evolving at our own, ensuring that there's a lot of precision and personalization for the jewelry. So AI also helps us develop few exclusive designs which are out of the box thought process, which our design team can create. For example, we design iconic trophies for prestigious events like golf championships and the KWAA and IWA, that's Karnataka Women Achievers Award and Indian Women Achievers Awards, which highlights our craftsmanship. We work on exclusive car dashboard idols also, which is in process right now. And recently we designed a miniature of a Statue of Unity, which was used on a car hood of a vintage MG 1950 car, which actually traveled from India to UK. And we believe in to patent all our designs to protect our unique creations, to ensure exclusivity. We are exploring 3D printing, different materials to enhance our bespoke services, aiming for more individuality and environmental conscious clients as well.
Jewelry traditionally was a sector where people actually came to the showrooms and shopped offline. But now we are seeing more and more customers and consumers shopping online. What are the challenges that poses, or does it open a new market? How is your digital strategy then derived with your consumer research?
So I think that the digital space has been evolving very quickly, and it changes so fast that we have to adapt, number one. Number two, I think the biggest challenge today is recreating that whole atmosphere that we have offline, online. That whole experience is lost, because that human interaction will be required to some level. But what we're doing is now we're putting in things which are now very standard, which is a try-on feature online, chatbots which could be answering any question that you need. All these have now become very standard. And I think that the digital space has become a lot more based on video. I think videos depict a lot more. I think that helps as well.
We are talking about domestic markets, but we are also talking about international markets. You have always had international clientele, whether it was people coming to you with their own design sensibilities and saying, design this for us, or now people who see your work on social media, who travel and see your work travels to other countries. What is it like to explore the international markets?
As of now, we're working on something that would allow us to have our presence in the West, especially between Canada and USA, because they are the largest population of Indians, and there is a great opportunity there. So we're looking to see how we can do work there. That's in the planning stages. I think it's a good year away before we can do that, but with something that would happen on that part of the world.
Before I let the two of you go, any message for our audience, any message for people who are interested in jewelry, and finally your thoughts on where this is headed, this legacy is headed?
Krishniah Chetty is and will remain a boutique offering of fine jewelry. Pieces that are well made, a warm relationship with our clients, and that going further into multiple destinations, keeping the same flavor right through. This is not only challenging, but it's also interesting. That's where we think we will be.
Wonderful. Chaitanya?
So I think this is the only business here around happy people all day long, every day. No one comes in unhappy to buy jewelry. So I think it's a happy space, and I think enjoy shopping for jewelry and help us push the boundaries is what I would say.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, both of you gentlemen, for having us here, for sharing the story and making us part of this legacy storytelling. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. With that, it's a wrap-up of episode 2 of CNN News 18 presents Pearls of South. Thank you to our guests, of course, who have so beautifully spoken about the jewelry brand CKC. The journey has been nothing short of extraordinary, blending rich history with modern craftsmanship to create something truly exceptional. That's all we have for you on this episode of Pearls of South. We'll bring you more such inspiring stories in the next episode. Until then, keep watching CNN News 18.